All right. Hello's there. See if we can bang this out one real quick. History says no. We can try. Already, kitty? Okay. I think I'm on episode 4. That's what Netflix says. My own Netflix also sometimes rewinds someone, so it is. I think is there only 6 episodes? Again, I feel like I've forgotten everything that's already happens in the show, so we'll see how. 6 episodes. I think I said I was halfway through before, so it looks like we're on this. All right, let's see. Let's get this quick. Let's see if I can do it. Because I really want to get to. I've been avoiding other people's talks about it, like review and other stuff. I've been avoiding them because I wanted to go into this, with my own opinion. I really want to see what they say, though. I'm really excited, but I gotta get through mine first. So, saving that. But right. So, episode. Some wrecked angel. Blue continues to search for answers with Sky. Beatrix works to conceal her crime. Special guest visits Althea and leaves Stella feeling conflicted. Right. Thought this was maybe the mom, right? That feels like her mom issues. That'll go. So, right. Let's kick it off. Before it cuts me off and I have to start a new video just to get the second part out. Like last time. Alright. Let's go. Alright, so Farragon is already it opens. She's searched Callum's stuff. That's right, because he's gone. According to her, it looks like he just disappeared, right? He was vaporized last episode, so no body, so right. Again, I don't remember why that was a good idea. If he was dead, you could have just had him as a thing, but he's gone without taking anything. It seems weird, but I don't know. She found something in the drawers after looking through all his stuff. A bottle? Oh, nettle amalgam. That's what he used. I forgot why he used it specifically, but maybe to sense the traps. And Beatrice neglected to tell him that he should wear gloves for that, and so his hands weren't well. So that's a suspicious thing because he shouldn't have been having. Okay, so Mr. Professor. Oh crap. Harvey? Tara's dad. Let's go with Tara's dad. He's all excited. He's like, it's a fascinating subject. Okay, so mercury can stand in both solid or liquid. And they cut him off. He was about to go into a spiel. I would have actually liked to have heard that, but okay, fine. And he's sitting in her chair in the office, which is funny. She's on the other side of the desk. He's like behind. Anyway, so if someone discovered a trap on the Undercroft entrance, they would automatically assume, albeit incorrectly, that it would help them defeat it. Okay, so anyone with nettle amalgam would think it would help them. So it's definitely a sign that he was trying to beat magical protections, which is not great when all you're supposed to be is a headmistress's assistant with no magic yourself. Why are you trying to get through some magical protection? So that's not cool. And is it Silva that's asking if she's certain that Callum tried to access the door? Well, she's certain someone did. Callum hasn't been seen in days. Yeah, because the thing, again, I think this is what I ranted about last time, that if his body had been found there, it all could have been blamed on him. There's the nettle stuff in his desk. His body's is next to the entrance, and his body is showing signs of the whatever protection she had on there, because Beatrix just forced him through it. And he actually is dying from whatever was on there. Apparently, Beatrice said, I can't get you help in time, which means that you could get help from him. But if he was alone, and he got there, and she didn't even prop him up somewhere, he is where he like sat after he went through. So it all could have been blamed on him, but Beatrix decided to get rid of his body. Why did she do that? Because yes, it's suspicious, you know, that he's gone. But it would have been cleared up. He tried to get through and he's here. It wouldn't have cleared up why he was doing it. But that question isn't answered just from him not being here anyway. So it actually is more complicated. You could have just used him as a scapegoat. Why did you get rid of his body? It would have been so much easier. Yeah. So right. One I think she he hasn't seen Days, so he's it does make him the prime suspect. But it would have been confirmed if his body had been there, but it's not. So now he's just a suspect. It could have been someone else because if his body's gone, what happened? Because he doesn't have magic to get through by himself. Why does she? If she's checking the stuff or just closed. Yeah. Okay. So nettle amalgam is archaic fairy knowledge, which probably points that it's not him because he's not a fairy. It's uncommon. And Callum was no fairy. So here's the thing. She got rid of his body. Is it for suspicion? I don't know. Or just some weird shit on her own. If she had instead gotten rid of the amalgam, it would have been so much better, actually. Than that it would have just looked like he got in and he died of the thing. Without the amalgam, it points to no one else. It just would have been Callum. Why? And she knew he had the amalgam because either she gave it to him, or at least told him about it, or she was the one who advised him on how to use it, not telling him he shouldn't have put it on his hand. So she knows he had it. That would have been the thing to take, but maybe she didn't know where it was. But apparently a quick thing of his drawers would have found it. His desk drawers, not going through his underwear. After what it did to his hands, if he kept it in his underwear, that would have been, well, I don't know why I went there after action. Anyway, so because he's not very, definitely points him having had help. And it points he has a accomplice if magic was used to get through the underground, which it is not clear because his body went through and defeated that trap. I guess a one-off trap, so you don't know if magic was used to defeat that, and it wasn't. It was just tripped, and then it doesn't reset. So there is no clear sign of magic was used for it because it wasn't. Oh wait, but Terzad's doing something. He's got like some powder. I guess it's a tell. This will pick up trace elements of the kinds of magic used. Magical fingerprint process is how he set up the dust. Is it going to settle in the shape of his body? Because it's like dust going everywhere. So is it going to settle in the shape of his body? That'd be funny. But again, it would definitely point to the fact that someone else was there, because if the body's gone, that means someone moved it. It definitely doesn't be settling on where his... Yeah, it settled in the shape of his body. He was killed by magic. And because he didn't die from just the not being able to be saved from whatever the trap did to him, it's definitely going to point to Beatrice. If she just left him there, she says she couldn't save him. That means he probably would have died from whatever it was if they just left him. She killed him quick with magic. I don't know, which is weird. Anyway, just when magic can be traced, you're more careful about what magic you use, and she definitely seems to be all smug about the fact of how much magic she knows, more than first years, though she should know that, but whatever. I'm just gonna hold on to this forever, I think, because for one thing, she's saying how smart she is, but this actually seems like a weirdly stupid move. But also, it's just that everything she did before maybe wasn't stupid, but this This is like the one I was just like, what about this is good? If you're trying it, well, no, never mind. Maybe I'm just holding on because she's stupid old. Because I don't. The weird thing with the she did this, and then before she drew attention to the fact that, oh, apparently this guy was going on to a 16-year-old girl. You brought attention to the fact that he was bringing supposedly having too much attention on you, and then he turns up dead, and that's you're now we're connected just by circumstance of it happening recently. That if you went list to him and didn't like talk to him, no one would have connected you ever. But then who knows if they're actually going to connect it? Maybe it won't. Maybe I'm just overthinking that. But anyway, we're already like 2 minutes in, and I've ranted too much. So this is, usual. Okay, yeah. At least they know where he went. They didn't find his body, but they found where his body disintegrated, and they know that it was magic that got rid of him. So. Yeah, now they know there's a murder in school. If he had just died there, they would have thought he tripped it and been dead and nothing else. And then it cuts to Beatrice. Just so, like, if we didn't know already. Oh, she's with Rib. Okay. She's staring at her phone? He's like, what are you obsessing over? She's on Bloom's Instagram? Oh, her Instagram is Bloomerang04, right? It's just a selfie. We got 35 people liking it, though. It's more than me, so. She's just going through Bloom's Instagram. Which is just selfies. I don't know if it has to be just maybe it's just because I don't take a lot of selfies on Instagram. Do a lot of people do selfies? Maybe? I don't know. But it's like... I don't know. This is about still, I don't know. But it's just like, it's your fault for spreading it around that she's a changeling. Why are you a douchebag? I still don't... We're supposed to like him at some point, right? He's still in the firebox with Stella to me, but she's mad that now Bloom's the most interesting person in school. He was like, no, let him go places and move on, forget. Oh, Beach is like, I won't. I was like, is this one of those weird deception movies where you dye your hair and take her life? I mean, maybe? Please don't joke about that. Beatrice is crazy. Oh, God. It was like, well, I'll just have to fight for your attention, and starts kissing her neck and stuff, so. Okay. Is Dane somewhere on that bed? That was a weird threesome thing happening, right? She's encouraging it. I mean, why wouldn't she? Up, and there's the kissing. Alright. Just... Oh, and then, opening credits? Opening intro thing, anyway. Everyone's looking at her. Is it like oatmeal or something? Oh, I guess she got food for her, and is it Sky for this or Aisha anyway? She's got like two, either cereal or oatmeal. It looks like cereal, but also that's not even for a bowl if you were putting milk, and she got juice, so I'm gonna say oatmeal, I guess. I don't know why I'm paying attention to that, but anyway, they're all looking at her. She walks past holding double foods. Bloom's impatient, saying you haven't found anything. Aisha's been at Callum's desk for 2 days. She says, I've only been at Callum's after. So at his desk, is she like the new assistant? Is she taking over that? Doesn't she have class of her own? She's a first year. Or, I don't know. She's like, oh, so kind of doing you a favor, so try and be grateful. You didn't take Callum's. Come on, you didn't take Callum's job for my sake. You really think I should need wants the extra work here? But anyway, she's like, where? Because I remember you. Oh, Bloom, begging me to volunteer so I could snoop for info on your past. So I mean, you asked and she did it, isn't it? Should she be? Yeah, shouldn't she be grateful for that? She's got her own work to do. She doesn't have time to be her mistress's assistant when she's first year learning magic. And remember, she was struggling last time, so just because you're apparently a natural or whatever. I was like, yeah, that does sound like something I might do. Bloom's thing is lowering a bit for me. But anyway, but also you might jump at the chance to get brownie points with Miss Dowling. There's better ways than this. What the hell are you even doing? Bloom's like, is that a ruler, a knife? I don't know. She's just there looking, going like this and not really going through things, sort of, but then not, because then she's just swinging things and going into a chair. So what are you doing there, Bloom? You could like search if you actually want her to do this, but whatever. It's just a suck up, really. Again, she's doing you the favor. Yeah, and she's like, oh, suck up. Someone lost the ability to read the files. She's doing you a favor. Why are you going at her? I was like, oh, did I say suck up? I mean, yeah, you did. So I got a thing, but I'm gonna try not to do play by play. But okay, so I just pulled up the files that go back to the start of Miss Dowling's thing as headmistress. Not a big pile, so she's saying everything else must be archived somewhere else. Or shredded because Dowling loves withholding information, says Bloom. I mean, I don't know what files you think they like. If they just wanted files, I don't know what she thinks is in these files. That some of them would be recorded, and then I don't know. I think she's slightly like, not that I'm saying this song is like maybe hiding some stuff, but she's gotten oddly paranoid. Even though I think she lied to her once about the changeling thing, which pretty big. But lying about one thing that's big doesn't mean every single little thing is a lie. It's you don't have facts on that. Apparently, she's like, oh no, cut it out. I'll find it because she wants to look all the way back to how Althea was, which 16 years to figure out why Rosalind left her. Hopefully, they even bring up the burned ones because I feel like they've skirted that. Like they fought one, and yeah, I don't know how much they're actually looking into why they're a thing, and I feel like that is more a permanent thing. When you're a fire fairy, and around the time that they disappeared, you could that looking into who Rosalind is will look into the fact that she's supposedly the one who defeated them, and hopefully they bring into why the fucking burned ones are a thing because they've not answered that question, and that seems like a big deal. But yeah, apparently she has to read all the files anyway, so which okay, you have to read all of them. I don't. I don't know. It says I don't have to go through every single file and headmistress's thing. It seems a bit odd. Like it would just be on a not need to know, but I mean like it's not like the files wouldn't be hidden, but you wouldn't go through every single file, would you? Like, you'd only need certain ones. You don't when you need that information. Why would you go through a six, like, maybe it's not 16 years worth of being a headmistress, but it's a considerable amount, right? It's a lot of, like, even just a few years worth of files. You have to go through all of it just to be an assistant. Is Aisha pulled in to be an assistant long term? Again, she has classes. Like, Callum was an older guy and he's not a fairy, so he wasn't a specialist, so he wasn't taking classes. Aisha does. Isn't that a lot of work for a first year 16-year-old? But I don't know. Who knows? I don't know how these things work. So oh, she was being the. That's right. She went up here. That's why she had double food. So I mean, yeah, it's not. It's just like, oh, so what? They're talking about me. It's not the worst thing about me being a changeling. I mean, true, you're kind of an idiot, but that seems to not be considered a thing here. How much you're an idiot? So much, because it comes up well in some ways. So we're probably gonna play that. You're just daring and all that. I'm used to here. So Misa's still. They're like, oh, she's still pretending she's not bothered by the gossip, and it was like, are you still pretending you're not dating your roommate's brother? That's still hidden so much. So many secrets. Just fucking tell Tara. And Tara walks in 2 seconds later and somehow didn't hear any of that. So, wait. That part she heard, she walks in and is like, still pretending what? That was the start of the sentence. You got closer since hearing that. You should have heard the end of the sentence. But of course you didn't, because drama. Either somehow Tara doesn't know. I feel like, Tara, you should have heard that. Whatever. Oh. And Tara brings in Stella pretending she's not afraid of being outshined by her mom all day. Yeah, mom's coming. Huh? It's just like, Tara, you could enjoy that a little less. No, I feel this is the appropriate amount, because anything means Stella gets taken down a peg. That's all I'm here for. Now apparently this is just gonna be tons of mom issues, probably some excuse for why she's a bitch. Somehow it'll be okay, but no, right now she's just a giant bitch. So this is gonna be an assembly. All right, see the mom in all her glory. We'll keep saying the, regular thing. I'm fine. I'm fine. Which, I mean, she's saying you don't have to rearrange your breakfast plans to come just because I can't sit down there. Which, I mean, but they're your friends. I mean, I'm assuming if you did sit in the cafeteria, they would be sitting with you. So yeah, they want to hang out with you. So I guess she's not used to friends. She's not mentioned any from before. So she's got to finish her poison paper. Do they do papers on poisons? I mean, that sounds cool. What class would that be? Would it be like Tara's dad? Like a plant thing? And then she leaves, so they're all eating. Don't need to rearrange plans to sit with me up here. So you came to sit with me here, and I'm gonna leave you here, so now you rearrange to sit just in the office with each other. And you really have to go fine, but it's just weird that it can happen after that. You're like, that you just... What? Oh, Beatrix, what have you done? Dane's like, is that true about changelings? And just says Beatrix, 100%. What have you claimed? What lies have you spread? I feel like anything you said is not actually what happens with changelings. Changelings were a way for pissed off fairies to get revenge on the first world. Now, okay, I mean, it could be, depending on it, but we're going by, I think these fairies are very human like. Like, very. Just like humans with powers. Supposedly different culture, but right now it's just looking Earth plus magic. They've not shown anything totally different. They all have Instagrams. They all do the same high school shit. So I don't see a difference. So besides their weird comments, but um, so these are people who assumingly love their kids. Now, maybe changelings aren't. Usually, changelings switch their own kids, right? But maybe. No, either way, it's weird. You're saying it was get revenge on the first world by putting their own children or children they've stolen, which means they're even bigger assholes, into the first world for revenge. That doesn't make you look great. It doesn't make like, oh, it's a bad thing on changelings. I'm pretty sure it's a bad thing on fairies that this was a common thing that you did. If that, I'm assuming that's not how this is with Beatrix. Well, it still brings the reason why were changelings a thing, because like I said, then you're shushing your own children out. Why did you do that? In this, I mean, with this case of Rosalind, I was like, probably to keep her safe in a new world. But was that the case for all of the other changelings? That it was all to keep people safe, which means what the hell was happened to the kids that they had to do that? And if not, then because I mean, in some things with other stories, right? That fairies feel differently than humans. They don't have those same connections, probably. So, but here it looks like they would have the exact same connection. So, what the fuck is all this? There has to be no explanation for changelings here, then, because why did they switch out their kids? Swap a fairy first for a first world baby and wait for it to wreak havoc. You're all fairies. You're saying that you as babies would just wreak havoc on any place you are. And I guess it's a good thing your parents are fairies too, because they can tamp down the chaos you bring. I'm confused. Is that how fairies are as babies? That they need, that left alone in a human world, they will just destroy it? It doesn't say much for what you are. I mean, I totally see how apparently Beatrice would do it. I don't know. Changes are bad news. That's why we stay on their good side. But changelings are just fairy babies put in. Why are you acting like it's a whole thing? Even though it's just a fairy baby of the same race that you are. If your baby got put somewhere, you're expecting it to wreak havoc on wherever it is, unless what you calmed it down. The explanation. Right. Okay, focus. This is so you want to stay on change the good side, or try to. I mean, Beach is already one trying to do shit. I don't know. Whatever. Here's that. You gotta stay on the good side. And Zane's like, oh shit, he's freaked out looking around. He sees Tara. And he wants to go talk to her. He's not gonna try and get on Tara's good side, because that'll be on Bloom's good side, is it? Because if he is, that's a douche move. Because that you didn't care about Tara before. Or at least whatever fuck Beatrice and Riv were talking about in that video, so he's leaving them saying, we'll see him at the assembly. And they're looking, and they know he's gonna try and talk to Tara. And they're both snickering. That's what it says on the thing. So, sure. Why do you gotta mess with him? Why do you gotta mess with anyone? Why can't you be nice people? Oh, Rev. Oh, I can't tell what's more tragic. The fact that he thinks Tara's gonna forgive him for that video? Or that he believes all that changing bullshit you just fed him. See, okay, totally bullshit, because that didn't even make sense. But which you'd think he'd know. I mean, he's not a fairy, but he's a specialist. You fairies are like in the next building over. You hanging out with one. Didn't any of that seem weird? I really hope Tara smacks him. Like, these two are assholes. Dane actually wanting to hang out with them, it makes him an asshole. It's just... Okay. And Beatrice is like, it's not all bullshit. Changelings can be dangerous. You did everyone a favor. Why are they dangerous? Explain without... Technically Stella let the cat out of the bag. Yeah, because Stella's a bitch, but... I think it's good, the thing that nobody can trace it to either of them. Yeah, probably, because it's not a good secret to get out. Alright, cars. Oh, it's 3 cars in a row. Yeah, on a very thin road. That's probably the mom arriving. This guy's with Stella. Oh, just one day. One assembly. Sounds like half a day of everyone adoring her like she's literally the sun. Oh, so they're going that thing. Because I said in the other one it was like a weird Sun King, Moon Queen sort of situation, or at least a Sun King. I don't know, or maybe both of them were Sun. But she got, dominion over both in the cartoon. Here, I don't know what it is. People would like you better if you weren't a bitch. Maybe they'd be adoring you too. I don't know. This guy's like, well, she is the queen of light. She's the queen of light. The assembly's for the burned one. I guess maybe to tell. Maybe this will fucking explain everything to them? Because none of these people know what's going on. Oh, the barrier's up. We got it. Everything's fine. Fucking dudes go out and smoke outside of it. Maybe they'll actually, tell you why the fucking barrier's there. And maybe the rest of us can learn what the hell a burned one is. I mean, that seems like a censored thing on you. And not even... Stella's like, I know she's really just here to check on my progress. Is she? I mean, maybe the mom is that sort of deal, or it's just the thing is because Stella's sister bitch. I'm checking it as she's misreading it, but it could be. I should at least have that benefit. Could be that, but still, anything Stella is good for me right now. This guy's like, did you tell your sweet mates you need a buffer? Because, Bloom could use his distraction right now, which, I mean, does make it sound like he's just talking about, trying to help Bloom instead of Stella with this. But Stella's like, I don't need them. I've got you. Except last time, that wasn't a good conversation. Because you're saying you needed him to be strong. And that's why you ignored everything that made him, weak, whatever, in your eyes when he was worried. You needed him to be strong to lean on him, and you didn't like that he wasn't strong about this. And I guess now he's strong again. Like, oh, I've got you, I can lean on you. But that didn't seem like a great thing last time, because as long as he's not strong in your eyes, you're just going to ignore everything. He needs you. He needs you to help him be strong, but you're going to ignore that because it's all about you. It's all about what he can do for you, and right now this doesn't help. Oh, I could have other people help me. I'm going to ignore that. I'm going to lean all of it on you. And He's like, oh no, I'll go. Remember, I'm just text away. You can handle it, and you can handle her. Let's see if she's actually a bitch or if it's weird misreading. She's probably gonna be a bitch, right? It's just to support the whole thing with Stella, to show that Stella, the issues Stella has are supported, and it is all. It's not just her imagining it. It is this woman's a bitch, because it's got to be, right? Because unless, are they trying to make Stella so unlikable? They can't be putting her too much in here. So okay, guy gets it. Oh, guy gets out. Open the door. Why are you dressed so alike? Oh, you dressed so much like your. Well, not so, but you're both wearing pink. Oh, Dolores Umbridge color. Not great. Oh, you didn't get your blonde hair from her. She's like a auburny hair. The cheek gifts. Oh, you look stunning. No negging yet. I was thought that was going to be in the first thing. Like, hi, mom. That's it. Whoa, it's not shown full blown bitch yet. Oh, that's odd. They're going to do right for that. Like she was going to make some weird negative comment that was dressed like a compliment or some shit like that. No, it was just a greeting. All right. I really like this building though. These buildings look really nice. I would want to be there. Sarah's with her brother and her dad in the greenhouse. I don't know, they're doing some studying. The dad's messing with something that looks cool. Special project. Sarah's like offering help. That says the project. He's like putting weird rocks in a bottle full of smoke, which seems nice. So he's saying he can do it on his own, but if she wants to help, there's something. Strip hydrangea roots. He's like, yeah, I should probably finish my homework. Like, no, I wanted to help with the cool thing, not whatever you're gonna shunt on me. Oh, Sam's there. Sam, that's his name, right? Oh, well, it looks pretty done to me. Oh. Did Tara tell her family what this dude did? Because Dane's there. He just showed up, and they're suddenly looking. Sam looks pissed. At least I don't know if she told the dad though. Okay, they didn't even say anything, so this seems. But then maybe I just gonna have cause to say this. Um, they not said anything, but it seems if we're going by this, then it seems like they know. But she turns to them, um, and says, "Whilst I appreciate that it is the historical perspective of the patriarchy to save women from upsetting situations, I've got this." Like they didn't say anything, just because they look pissed because the dude came by. I mean, that's fair. This guy's a douchebag. I maybe I'm just getting weird and sensitive about this. Like when they do this in shows and movies and stuff, and they make this weird thing of it. Maybe that's just me because I've never had. Maybe just light on this. Anyway, yeah. And let's not get into that. I'm just like this came out weird. They've not said anything. She just automatically turned to them and like, you're their sister or their daughter. They're gonna be upset. They haven't tried to jump in. You just automatically assume they would, but it also seems like from what you're saying that this has never happened before. So it's not a situation where, oh, I know how they'd react. No, you don't because it's not happened. So why are you automatically upset just because they looked a bit upset that this dude came by when you apparently they know what he did? I don't know. I'm just nagging on too many things. But then that's all these videos have been, so I guess I should self-apologize and let know this is just the saltiest stuff you've ever heard. Dad does not look at me like he's like, It's not like this guy is there. She shouldn't, because Dane has dropped from nice guy to beat him with a stick. Oh, you didn't answer my text. Yeah, really. Wonder why. I'll always apologize. I just want to say I'm sorry. Great to me, but. Oh, okay. Tara's standing up. Like, yes, I have been good to you. I'm a good person. I think you are too, but I'm not really sure I care to find out anymore. I mean, I guess you can be a good person and make mistakes. That's obviously, isn't it? That you can't. But when you're a good person, you didn't really care. You didn't care as long as the dude's shirt was off and you were making out with him and the girlfriend at the same time. I don't know. I think that was a triple kiss. I remember last time. They're assholes, and you've been assholes since before. But they invited you to a party, and they're cool. And now they're sharing drugs with you, making fun of your friends. But you're okay. I mean, and again, this dude was making comments about like outing you or whatever. But he's cool now because he invited you to a party. I don't know. And Sarah's like, just a word of advice: be careful who you trust. Which ain't fair. She trusted him, and he became a douchebag for one night. If it's not revealing his true colors, just close the door in his face. I can't tell which one. I think it was focused on Sam. One of them said still kind of want to punch him. I think it was. It sounds like it would be a teenage boy thing to say, but it'd be hilarious if the dad said that. Well, Tara seems happy, at least at that comment. She didn't seem too upset. Ah, and Dad's getting a text, though. The Queen's arrived, so she gotta go. He's gotta go talk. Oh, God. So, he leaves. Tara immediately checks his gun, gets up, and he's, I guess, gonna go looking at what he's been doing. Why is she so suspicious? The dad's not done suspicious things. Not that she knows, and not that we know. Nothing he's done seems suspicious. He's helping the headmistress and stuff, but I mean, and yes, Beatrix said something about them, three of them being involved in something. But you've not seen what the hell they've done. They actually haven't shown any reason why they should be distrusted. Dowling lied about the changeling thing, and outside of that, nothing else has really gone on. Oh, except, I mean, okay. They have imprisoned a woman. Who the fuck knows why Russell is it again? I just remember that was what happened at the end of the episode last time. I just remembered. But, again, Tara doesn't know that. So, just like Bloom went on a thing and like, oh, Dowling's hiding with no real evidence, Tara's now going to be checking through her dad's stuff? The dad does things. He's got this whole place. He's a professor. You don't know why he's doing anything just because he didn't tell you exactly what it was. But anyway, she's snooping through his stuff. Well, I mean, he left it out, but still, I think he trusted his kids when to start looking through his shit. She looks all upset. I'm not saying why. Her name's Luna? Automatically, I'm sorry. Her name won me over. That is my favorite Harry Potter character. So, Luna. Looks like they brought her to the headmistress' office. So Aisha is the one who was like, Queen Luna. Oh, if there's anything you need during... Oh, you're sweet, Aisha. Oh, she knows her name. But I'm far more low maintenance than you imagine. Is that opposite your daughter? She's like on a constant high maintenance thing, so maybe. Okay, Aisha's reaction is a bit weird. The woman just said, oh no, you don't have to get me anything. I'm fine. Far more low maintenance than you imagine. It's okay. Goes to the headmistress' office. And Aisha's like, oh. Anna looks down. I don't know if she looks slightly insulted. Like, oh, she didn't want to hang out with me? Oh, she just that seems really nice. Why is Aisha's reaction is a bit odd, unless I'm reading it wrong. That was a bit weird. She accidentally knocks something off her desk. She like breathes, closes this file thing, and apparently finds something that's probably going to be important. Aisha's reaction is really weird. I mean, it was a bit of a brush off, but not in a someone's offering something. Oh no, I don't need anything. That, and she's got to go into the office. She's a queen visiting the school, and apparently came into the headmistress's office primarily probably to go into the headmistress's office, not talk to the assistant. It wasn't, and you don't know her. She's your roommate's mom, and your roommate's a bitch, and apparently has mom issues. I don't. Yeah, you'd want the queen to. Is there like a cutscene? Why is Aisha weirdly insulted by this? Like all frustrated that the queen didn't. I don't know, but she found something. Something came off. It looks like a ring, some kind. Not like maybe it's like a metal ring, but I don't know if it's wearable or it's supposed to be go on something. She shakes it. Mystical whizzing. Oh. She shook it. Oh. It's a bug. She shook it and it says, Luna, your assistant died. She can hear into the office with this, which means she's gonna obviously know then, yeah, Callum was definitely listening to private mistress conversations, but also she's gonna hear something incriminating, maybe. Assistant died in this office. You must have a theory about what happened. And you're not gonna listen. Oh, she didn't know Callum was dead. I guess she just thought something happened, or just Callum left and she just got the job because she didn't realize that she's talking to Bloom. They didn't know Callum was dead. Dowling said he left for a family emergency. Okay, it makes sense. You wouldn't spread that information around, but still, he didn't know when you. Of course, he didn't know. So they're lying, and Bloom's gonna take it as, see, more lies. Except there could be other reasons for it, except hiding it, from the one teenager in the school. Yeah, shocker that she's lying. The whole thing with Rosalind, she wasn't lying about Rosalind. You just told her that Rosalind sent you there. She had no reason to think that was what happened because changelings were a thing. Very rare, but why would she think Rosalind did it? You went up to her and said, why did you lie to me about Rosalind? Except that she had no idea for any reason you would know Rosalind. Because you were a baby and she just met you 16 years later. Why would she think Rosalind was involved? You in no way said you had a vision about a woman leaving you, so she had no reason to even think any woman, including Rosalind, was at all a part of your life. Why? That jump doesn't make sense. You lied to me about Rosalind. You never told her Rosalind was a thing. So how could she have lied to you? What, by omission? When you never asked about it, except then accusing her of lying? And then, so, again, this weird stretch they have. Is it just so that Bloom distrusts her? You can have her distrust her in any way after the changeling thing, but she's jumping a lot to, you lied about every single thing in my life. That seems odd. Again, you only knew her for a bit. It's not like you've known her your entire life. You're sure she didn't shred those old records? You jumped to shredding of records. Apparently she has secret compartments in her place. She didn't even have to shred anything, but anyway. You sure she didn't shred a few records that predate her? Like, sure she didn't destroy them? Please, Aisha, react like she's fucking paranoid, because it sounds like she is. Okay, are you kidding? That woman loves paper. I have to start scanning the files into the computer system. And she looked at me like I had two heads. Records are somewhere. Bloom certain maybe the East Wing. Where she found those pictures. One thing is, like they're all going to the assembly. It's like the assembly's mandatory. Bloom's like, which means everyone's distracted. She looks crazy. She's got the big, wide, crazy eyes. Seriously, every time there's a scene, everybody in this fucking show drops. Like, I would say except Aisha, but that weird ass reaction to this woman not wanting you to get her drinks. That was weird. I mean, she's not dropped a lot, not as much as every single other character, but there's at least one thing where he's just like, what the fuck is this? Why are you this? I should please let's just let that one weird thing be it. Maybe you're just so much work going through, apparently needing to go through every single, having to read every single file. There's a lot of files. I don't know why that's mandatory, but going through every single file and then having to babysit Bloom. Please let that be why that was weird, because it doesn't make sense. Don't go with her to this. I'm not asking you to come. The smiling with the crazy eyes. Aisha, I think the only reason you're here is to tell her whenever it's a bad idea for her to disregard it and leave. It's a bad idea going to that assembly where I'll be stared at like I'm a freak. Well, I'm pretty sure the queen is there. That may take some pressure off you, but, I guess. Okay, she doesn't want people, to listen to people talk and make up stuff about her when she doesn't know the truth herself. I feel like maybe you should... Did they even start looking at what the fuck changelings are? I mean, Aisha told her, but I feel like if Aisha knows it happened a couple hundred years ago, she does not know anything recent. Look at more concrete what changelings are. At least start there. You've got Aisha working to figure out your stuff while you're freaking out. Just... Why does every single thing Blue wants to do a horrible, horrible idea that just gets people in trouble or gets people hurt? And she's supposed to be the good person. I'm having this weird, anticipatory feeling of just, that's never going to be fulfilled. So that's part of another reason why in my chest it's just like, I want to see something like where it actually backfires and she actually feels bad, and not backfires in still a way that is somehow good to her, like she gets what she wants, or oh, her friends go. Is anyone gonna... I don't know. I'm in this movie where my head's just exploding. It's like, Bloom, you're a fucking idiot and a danger to everyone, and yet it's all endearing. Is there still half an hour to this show left? Oh, God. I need to find answers. Yeah, but every time you try and find answers, you just cause more chaos. And she's gonna lie and say she's had a terrible migraine, can barely stand up. While Bloom goes searching the fucking East Wing. Oh, and of course Beatrice is just like happens to be there spying. I mean, fine, I'll give it, she's probably maybe stalking Bloom at this point, but like, come on. Just watching Bloom walk off to the place. Alright, come on. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Walk faster. You're supposed to be... You want to sneak during this whole assembly. Everybody will be distracted. You gotta go there. You know that means you're on a time limit, right? You got an assembly. You got... Only as long as the assembly is happening do you have time. You don't have to walk slowly through a place if everyone's distracted. Just fucking run. Go as quickly as possible. You're on a time limit. This tense music plays and fucking Sky shows up. Just, dude, you had. What are you doing down here? Really? She's gonna explain everything to you already. Beatrix is wandering around outside in the rain. And Riv just appears behind her. I guess no girl can walk around with a dude following her because if you're just stalking the girls, that's not cool either. At least Beatrix says it's well, she calls Riv Klinger. He doesn't seem to like that, but I mean, you apparently followed her off. You kind of deserve that. Mandatory assembly is a mandatory ditch. She said Klinger and started to walk away, so I guess his not liking it was more, oh, she doesn't want me to go with her? Because then she's like, so are you coming or what? And he's like, oh, like all brightened up. Like, he's just a puppy with her. Asshole puppy with bitch master, I guess. It seems they don't have enough, like, in my school, I guess it would be like the theater. Like, you have the stage and you have audience seating. That's where the assembly took place because you could fit lots of people, all the kids and stuff for the assembly. They have it in the same place, so it's all standing room only. There's no chairs, and it's where they have the school party. I mean, they don't have an assembly hall. They don't have. I guess they don't have a stage or anything. They don't have any productions. Which I mean, they make quips about drama club, but it looks like they don't have a drama club. I feel like there would be a stage there. I don't know. No, they put benches, but still, it's that same room. I don't. Oh, here's the mom. Stella's in fancy pink thing doing that princess like cross. That's some nice star jewelry here. It's like one big star, slightly smaller but still big star, and little chains going from it. And she's got dudes in suits on the other side. I guess the security dudes. I thought it was all standing room, but they did put benches, but it's standing in the back, so it can't fit all the students and stuff. I can't believe she still is home yet. Massively powerful fairy. Zero ego. Boss goals. Okay. Oh, hold on. Apparently my thing's running out of storage for the long ass videos I record. Anyway, let's kick this going. So yeah, boss goals. Zero ego. You have to have some sort of ego to be that confident. Like a healthy ego, like, just have regular confidence in yourself. So I don't think zero was probably there, but, I guess not evidently bad ego. Like, oh, but its drive still look crazy. It's still like look over her shoulder. She probably hears that. It's not like it's like the silence. There's probably this reverb here. Oh, that's some cool jewelry Stella's got. There was like a star here and like little dots up. Okay, Stella's got some good jewelry though. Really nice. Musa is between Tara and Sam, and her and Sam are doing a little like knocking. It's cute, but if you're trying to hide it, don't do it right there with your sister that you're trying to hide it from. Okay, is he texting her? She's right next to him. Um, Again, Tara's right next to her. She could glance at the screen and catch this. It's like, oh, I'm starting to think you're actually into all the sneaking around stuff. Is it a ... a kink? Oh, God. While the lecture's happening, Or well, she just said, "I'm not here to lecture," but the assembly is still going on. Maybe after the assembly, you'll find out if it's a kink. Oh well. Anyway. Oh, assembly to talk about the Burnwood. Yes, please. Okay, it's only naturally some of you aren't interested in what happens to our realm. And while at the same time, Sam is fucking texting, don't threaten me with a good time. Oh, whatever. Tara's glancing at them because they're acting weird. Like they're giggling or hiding a secret. Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought she knows she's looking at Musa because she wants Musa to tell her what Stella's feeling at that moment. I guess she's getting a little schadenfreude out of this. Like, what's Stella going through right now? She's miserable, right? Okay, so while she's trying to do it, Dowling walked past, so Musa hooked onto her, and I was like, "Whoa, this is not just about the burned ones. This is not, something else is up." And she's just looking at Dowling. Dowling's feeling something weird, I guess. Okay, so trying to change them. They're doing a scan over the whole crowd, and Tara's dad is there. Well, also the woman saying, for decades, families and villages suddenly torn apart by one of these monsters that left our world in chaos. And then it's to Blue and Sky. So what's the magic year? So she was born in 2004, so keep your eyes peeled for anything from then. He's like, we're not sure we're gonna find pictures of pregnant teen fairies, Bloom. Might be a little more subtle than that, like loose clothes and big sweaters. Sky, she's saying, if you want to judge me, just, do it by my back with people. And he's saying, no one's judging you. Blah, blah. Okay, it's just hard to keep it cool when people whisper as I walk by and just not scream at them for being assholes. I mean, a lot of people should be screaming at you. You are an asshole. But, okay. Yeah, well, people are assholes. Yeah. I mean, look at you, look at me, look at every single person on this thing. We just have to find the good ones. We haven't found any of them yet. And alright, there's Aisha. But. And. No, Mrs. a lighter shade of asshole. But she's still. And Tara, too. She's showing in the shade of asshole. I mean, again, lighter shades, not as big. It's just like a little bit. It's like everyone, I guess, is a slight, has a slight thing. But I mean, and I do want all things bad to have to Stella. So I shouldn't shade Tara for also wanting that. Although I feel like checking in with the Mind Fairy to get her to scan her to make sure her feelings are miserable. That seems like a bit of a slight more asshole move, but I mean, yeah, you just have to find the good ones. Except the problem is with then Sky and this, like maybe Sky's not as big of an asshole, but he's with Stella. So again, it's like by association because he keeps saying she's good and not told us or shown us in any way why that's a thing. So it could just be delusional. There's just framed pictures everywhere. You didn't take any of them in the frame. Okay, it looks like he's found a picture. He's like, I didn't know this existed. Oh, his dad's in the picture. And he knew Rosalind? I guess she's in the picture. It's like, I knew his commander was a woman, but you look like him. Well, yeah. Father and child. Oh, Saul's accent and act like him. Maybe one day if I work hard enough. Maybe half the word he is. Oh, God. Okay, she's asking if it's weird that it seems like everyone, you get the feeling everyone knew your dad more than you did. Which, and he's going back, going back at her. Um, and go, well, it's probably not as bad as not knowing who he was at all. Well, I mean, the thing is, they're searching for a. Are they just searching for Rosalind or a pregnant fairy that she took the kid off of? I mean, learning about the mom's not going to help you learn about the dad because he's not going to look pregnant in any of the pictures to help you get it. So, how hard is she looking for the dad on that? And I would say about the thing of her own adopted family who, well, thinks that she's their blood, but also her parents are people that take the doors off. So, Philadelphia has been his home his entire life. How many people are just raised at this school? I guess just Tara and Sky. Well, and Sam, I mean, because their parents are professors, I guess. And of course, Beatrix and Rowan just find them right there when they're having a weird little moment. For one thing, neither of you noticed they're walking up. I guess they're just that good sneakers. I don't know, but okay. So back to Tara and the rest. Okay, so what'd you pick up? Dowling is anxious. The quality assistant did die. Like, yeah, but Silva's on high alert too. Like, there could be a threat anywhere. Tara's like, and my dad? He's uber scared. Earlier, he was making something using the stones they use in the vessel. It tracks magic, and now Dowling's got it. Oh, another reason why Beatrix can't be there, because if she was there, that tracker would probably, is probably tracking the magic that killed Callum, and that's definitely Beatrix. Conflict is on the horizon. We are tracking at least 5 burn ones throughout Solaria. Fuck. 5. The third is serious. Yeah. I'm growing. How are they getting worse? It's time for all of you to pay attention. Now it's back to the assholes. Oh, have you seriously been down here looking at dusty rubbish? Oh, that doesn't rub right with nerd Beatrix. People who think history is rubbish are rubbish. Don't be rubbish. And then it's maybe it was just a bit of foreplay. Oh, all gotta cycle back to sex, right? Like, oh, they're definitely not fucking. That would make Sky here interesting. I found a locked door. I'm just gonna skip most of their own shit because I just... Alright, they found a locked door. This guy says Silva's the only one with the key, and Bloom's like, and like, so how do we get in? Oh, we don't. Bloom's like, but that's the reason I came down here. It's like, okay, well, next time I see him, I'll ask him. And Bloom's like, no, Sky, where? Riv cuts into this weird thing with, the more you say no, the more she wants it. Give in. And then Beatrix is like, do we have to have a talk about consent? So Blue's just like, oh, wait. Why are you guys out here again? Beatrix is like, being on your side. Why? Why? I mean, maybe just because I know that, but at what point did it seem like she wanted to be friends with Blue? I don't know. Oh, and especially because Blue's about to, like, I don't need help from someone who posted a video mocking my friend. Because, yeah, if everyone knows, but what the hell, that video, because it was on, like, Beatrix's Instagram, so it is public. Look, I know the video was extra, but I didn't say anything. Yeah, but you posted it. You didn't say shit, but you made sure everyone else heard what someone else was here. You heard Ribbon was saying it, but you recorded it and made sure everyone heard Ribbon saying it, which means you wanted everyone else to say it. So it didn't come out of your mouth, but it got to everyone else's ears because of you. So I was a bystander. No, you weren't. If you really want to be mad at one of us, consider the douchebag who's been telling everyone you're a changeling. Oh, is she about to put Riven under the bus? Or Stella? One of them. Not exactly the way I thought you threw me today, V. Yeah, so she just threw Riven under the bus. Which Sky didn't know. That's right, no one knew who was spreading the stuff. So Sky now knows Riven's an asshole. Yeah, look, Sky's about to start lecture time, I'm out. Then get the fuck out! Just leave everyone alone! Bloom's like, Sky, it's okay. And Sky's, no, it's not. Yeah, it's not. Because this is the dude you've been hanging out with. But he's always been like that, and you're just finding it now. Now Beatrix is with Bloom. Look at it, just us girls. Finally. This guy's getting... Seriously, you're running from me? Is this the thing? I'm stand ready to hear what a shit I am. Good. Lots of people have things to say, especially me. Please accept this punch. Anyway, and this guy's like, you've always been. Yeah, he always been, and you're still his friend. He apparently just goes around hurting people, and you're still his friend. Which I mean, he said how the fact that, what it made him look like to still be friends with Stella, or still be with Stella. Still be in a relationship with Stella after what she supposedly did to her best friend, right? Finding her intentionally. What does it say about that you know everything Riven does and you're still his friend? So, I mean, apparently it seemed like it made you seem like an asshole or a psycho, depending on whichever way this was, by staying with Stella. But you know what? It still makes you look like an asshole to still be friends with Riven. It's the same thing. But supposedly whatever Stella did was not real. There's another story there. Whatever Riven did is real, and you know it, and you're still been his friend. So is this the straw that breaks the camel's back? Or is it just going to be somehow friendship affirming? But ever since what exactly? Oh god, what happened? So he apparently was less of an asshole. I mean, he was still an asshole because apparently he pissed off enough people to get the shit kicked out of him during training. But apparently something else made him an asshole, more of an asshole, and I guess Sky was more forgiving on that. Like, ever since what exactly? I can't wait to hear. So wait, Riven's not okay. Right. Let's get through. Um, okay, fine. You've upped your dick game to a whole new level since you started. Oh, since you started having sex with Beatrix. I mean, yes, but also he was a huge dick before Beatrix. So the whole thing about talking to Dane and like threatening to tell people he liked his shirtless pictures and that he's into dudes to make him look cooler. I mean, that's the thing he told Beatrix happened. Beatrix was in the picture he had. So you're saying he upped his dick game because of that? Because he told people the changeling thing? He was already apparently threatening Dane with outing him. that that wasn't as bad. I mean, true. You don't know. Sky probably doesn't know he did that. But I guess maybe you just didn't know how much he was an asshole before he started being with Beatrix. He was already that asshole. I haven't seen an escalation since Beatrix got with him. I've just seen the same to me. He's just as much of an asshole. He's like, but I like Beatrix. She's the only person in this dance school who likes me as is. Because you're a fucking dick. Okay, no one's gonna like someone who's that much of an asshole, but the bigger question should be that the fact that she likes you that much when you're that much of an asshole. It's just an excuse not to tone it down. You're just gonna hurt people as much as possible because she likes it because she's hurting people too. So I can be myself with her. I don't have to stop hurting people. I can continue to do it. This guy's like, what does that make me? The guy, the guy who always thinks he's better than me. I'm gonna say it's. How much is it better than? Like I said, my opinion of Riven is already in like subterranean. It's below the gutters. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna say Sky's better than you, but just because he's not as much of a dick as you. Like most people are better than you, Riven, at this. Not Beatrix, not Beatrix. Beatrix is still below you. Do not worry. But then, that's where you want her, whatever. Worry upon me about this. You're the one with the girlfriend. Maybe stop creeping on first years while you got little Miss Princess dangling. So that's what's going on. I was like, that's what everyone else sees. And even talking to Stella, he was more worried about Fluent. Like, again, why is he with Stella? I don't know. It's not. He's not explained why. Like, oh, she's a good person. Oh, she ignored you for the. You didn't have to get back with her. And even this, if you these problems, you don't have to be with her to support her. You would still be her friend. Let's see. Oh! Now Riven has thrown Stella under the bus. It's like, everyone sees you going after Bloom. Even Stella sees this. And that's probably why she told me Bloom was a changeling in the first place. Oh, he just threw Stella under the bus. I mean... Oh, man. Oh, man. Why are you surprised, Sky? She's not... What has she... How did she trick this dude into thinking she's a good person? Alright. They're back at the assembly. Musa's saying that they're still on edge. So it looks like, I guess, lots broken up because they're not in the benches anymore. They're um standing on the side. So I guess the assembly's maybe broken up. Which is it? Because there's been no explanation what the fuck that happened with the burned ones. Why are the burned ones a thing? What did they do? How did they appear? What devastation is it? You've explained nothing? You said they're really bad. Okay, they infect, but how did they start appearing? It's apparently a lot of the professor's lives dealt with it. There was a lot of fighting. Where did they appear? They apparently stopped one day? You didn't... we know none of this, and they just decided not to tell us. Holy shit. Right, my thing restarted, and all the Chrome tabs that I have too many open up, all started playing noise at the same time, so that was, yeah. Anyway, right. Fuck, wait, how long am I... Okay, right, let's go on. It's like, I find it hard to believe that they have some big ulterior motive. Anyway, yeah, so I don't know why can't they just tell us what the fuck happened with her? They keep mentioning the burn ones. Are they gonna... And I feel like they keep telling all the other characters off screen what happened. Can the audience know for once? I know they have a thing, it gets boring sometimes and thing where they keep doing the exposition and tell you all these things, but I feel like when you've told every character off screen what it is, maybe the audience should also be clued in, so they have some of the character knowledge that should be given to them. Whatever. She's like, I don't want to believe it either, and because like people have more stuff going on than you think, especially parents. Well, that entire look plus the cut to Aisha definitely looks like you're speaking from some experience that are you gonna say? Oh, her eyes glowed, and she's looking through like, if she gets something, she sees Sam across, she's is this when Tara finds out in a very bad way, like watching them do it? He just pulls around a corner and kisses her. Oh. Oh, he's still there. He wants to... Weird kinks aside, he likes her and he wants to be in public with her. You tell me no one else has seen this? They're not hiding it. They're hiding it from Tara, but I don't think they're hiding it from anyone else. So how come no one's told Tara, hey dude, we saw your brother making out with your sweet mate? If people are just walking by, they're not hiding from anyone else. Just hiding from people in the dorm. And I'm used to saying she likes having anything that's just theirs. It's not just Tara. If the whole school found out we were a thing, I'd have to feel everyone's reaction to it. But people are just walking by you. They can see you. You're not hiding it from anyone else but Tara. I'm confused who you think you're hiding it from. Yeah, people are maybe not paying attention right there, but you've not used like any special magic to hide this. People just walk by and see you. Like, hey, that's Musa. Hey, that's the son of the of the herbology teacher. You're like, hey, isn't Musa with the like dorm mates with the daughter of the herbology teacher? Does she know that they're dating? Like, no one's... I know you have to feel them, but do you have to care? It sounds... I mean... That sounds good, but... Like, it's one thing saying, like, do you have to care what people think when you can't hear it? And not just she can hear it, but she's definitely going to be forced to feel it. And even... So, yeah, oh, you don't care. But she literally will feel it. Not like, oh, I can guess what they're feeling and I don't want to care about it. She literally has to feel it. She will care if only on a I'm being bombarded. I mean, I know she's got that thing, but she's already got that. But on a more personal level, she'll know that's what it is, and it's harder to not care on that. So now Beatrix knows. Like Rosalind. Okay, so you think. Well, just let me guess. But, so yeah. You think Rosalind switched you out to the first world? She was a fierce bitch. At the party, you said you didn't know who that was. Yeah, Beatrix. Are you gonna tell the truth for anything? You were cagey about the why, so I was cagey about the who. Like, doesn't matter, all I found were dead ends, except for this going to locked door. So let's go in. It's locked. And you're a fire fairy, Bloom. Yeah, that. Okay. So we just like seen you in class. Powerful. So, and Bloom's just. Oh, that's not a good freeze on Bloom's face. She definitely looks insane. He's like, if I wanted to, I could get through this door. She just said you wanted to, so I don't know why you're not going through the door then. I like that it's on fire in the process with power. Oh, I thought you had that whole you could burn one twig in a pile of twigs thing. So I thought that was some sort of symbol of control. But I mean, I guess not that much control. Seriously though, this lighting. Oh, you look insane, Blue. So she's like, power? Not the problem. But she's like, good to know. I just don't want to get Sky in trouble. Sky's texting. She's still down there. Alright, the assembly's done. You're. Nah, sweet drama. Chat later. Oh, she's saying she's not down there. She totes is. I could fry the hinges. Oh, or Beatrix could just pick the lock. Apparently. Oh, that's a weird platform in the middle of the room. I knew Alfie had a military pass, but it's still a school. This is like a war room. Didn't they mention that at some point? They said that was where the war room was? Like, that was a dialogue somewhere. Was it not to her? Anyway. Me just using magic. Oh, that pedestal, like, fucking sand comes up, there's lights underneath, and it's shows the school on like a like made of sand up here. Like here's where the thing is. I don't know if I'm trying. This is where the thing is, and it whoosh, and then it's like lights are down here, and the whole thing of the school with and land out is made of sand. Of it. That looks cool, actually. He's like, it's not like a war room. It is a war room. A place where dangerous, shady ass people decide who lives and who dies. Were her parents one of the people who died? That seems like a revenge thing, right? To be talking like, because it's just funny. She's saying, "Oh, shady ass people decide who lives and who dies. You've decided who lived and who died by your hand. You disintegrated a dude like a day ago. So I don't think you can really be talking shit about, oh, they decide who lives and who dies. You literally just kill people. So, I mean, shaky ground there. Glass houses and all that." And she transformed it from the school into some valley or pin or something, like a canyon. I don't know. It's a weird other place. Stellan's doing something. Oh, Dowling's. It's Dowling's office. But anyway, Stella's doing something with the light. Are they teaching or something? What do you want the light to do? She's got her hand cupped in. Yeah, she's making light. A ball of green light. It looks like there's something moving. Oh no, I think it's shifting through colors. You control the light. Does not control you. Ooh, that's so pretty. These like she like split the bowl in two, but they're still connected by strands, and they're all different colors. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, they're moving through colors. Beautifully done. Oh, there's like a weird bitch head nod from the mom. The mom's not watching. She heard beautifully done, and she went. That was a weird bitch nod. Okay, maybe the bitch of the mom's coming out now. Because no one in this can be good. They all gotta be bitches in some way. Oh, maybe the one was nice to her out there because there was like a sky just left, and there was like potential for people to notice because I just. Please tell me that was a joke. What do you? You instructed her to make a rainbow to display her power? Oh, okay. That's right, you're queen of the light, and all your daughter did was bend light. We discussed this at the end of last term. Rehabilitating magic is a process. She's going through rehabilitation with her magic. What happened? No, okay, again, I'd like to think that maybe the whole thing with blinding her mate was an accident. Either because her magic needed to be rehabilitated, or in whatever act caused it to, like, fracture or whatever, that she needs to get it rehabilitated. Again, that's weird because why would you hide that? Why do you want to intentionally be? But I guess if the mom is this weird about power, maybe she doesn't care what other people think of her and let her be the psycho bitch that blinds someone on purpose, rather than seeing like I don't have control over my power or don't have a lot of power enough that the mom would be proud of. I guess if we're going down that road. I didn't send my daughter back to Althea for a process. Oh, I sent her back because you promised to fix her. After the incident with Ricky. What happened? What is this incident? Explain the incident. Just an incident that occurred because her previous training focused solely on results. Maybe that whole thing Stella was trying to get through to Blue could have been her own training. That's what her mom taught her, or had other people teach her, because probably at this point the mom didn't teach her shit and decided to have people do it for her, right? That could be. If it's that way, maybe she really did think she was helping Blue, because that's the thing that got results. That's what got results here, but Oh, but that focus on results is supposed to be a snap back at the mom, it seems, from that look on her face. And this is saying when it'll take time, they'll move on to stronger magic, but she's not there yet. Would you like me to recite the list of threats we're facing? While you take time. Wow! Okay, for one thing, your daughter's a second year in the school, which means she's not a fighting fit. She's not graduated yet. She doesn't know all about magic, so she's not going to be fighting much yet. So there's that. Also, with all the threats, you're like, oh, it's going to take time. So what, are you going to rush your daughter through it like it's going to help at all? You're just going to hurt her magic more, and it's actually going to probably weaken her and make her more vulnerable. I know, yeah, no one's really safe in the school, right? They have this, but okay, never mind. We see the mommy issues, and they're warranted. They are warranted. The Mom, do not speak when I'm speaking. Wow. You really are a queen. Solaria is the strongest realm in the other world. She is its heir. An extension of that strength. What the hell is this incident? I need to know. I also need to know if somehow you're to blame for this, because then it's just like... Sounds like what she's doing is working. My power has increased so much. Do not speak when I'm speaking. Fuck, bitch, just calm the shit down. Alright. Stella's risen. She's got to deal with this. Alright. I mean, still doesn't make up for the fact of what you're doing to everyone else. But the issues explain a lot. And so that rises you a lot. She's tanking now near like with Riven under the gutters. Okay, so Stella's like, I blinded a burned one, like to show. And Dallon's like, yes, and did it with precision and skill, I might add. Not liking the thing about the blinding again, because considering what we heard about Ricky, but then we don't really know about that because that's all lies. So there was an incident, but the mom's scoffing. Ugh. And you think that is power? The mom's getting some magic ready. Bitch, if you're so powerful, go on, hunt those burn ones yourself right now. Do it. You got so much power. You're the queen. Go take care of the issue. Why isn't the issue solved already? I mean, you're so powerful. How is it not solved right now? She's created an illusion of the forest. Made herself invisible. And trying to scare the shit out of her daughter in the dark woods. When you control light, you control what people see. Yeah, control what people see. You're so much into what people see. And despite what anyone says matters in this world, appearance is everything. Oh, and she's turning back to Dallin. You know that better than anyone, Farah. Oh my god! There's seriously no one likable in this entire thing. Not likable. They are likable. They're also all simultaneously assholes, so with varying degrees to counteract that likability. And it's just like, oh. Oh, you know all about that, for especially given my efforts to help you maintain them. But here's the thing. If she's done shady things and you're helping her, you also win on shady things. Just because you're the queen doesn't mean you're not deep into the shady shit. Yes, we've both done a great deal to preserve Solaria's reputation. Queen, what have you done? Because Dallas looking like that was definitely supposed to be a smack on the queen. The queen's looking like it worked, so she apparently did a lot of shit to keep up a reputation. That is definitely shady. Funny for the Queen of Light using that much shady foul things. But okay. Well, Aisha's there outside, of course, when Stella leaves. Um, Asking if she's okay. Did she listen in? She knows there's a bug. Does Aisha use it? Because she put it down during the last thing. After she found out Callum was dead, she just like, oh, Callum's dead, put it down. Didn't listen to anything else. So like, of course, I'm fine. Oh, she was, because she just, Stella left. Whoop, put up, so, okay, Aisha knows. Oh, sounds like I still see, I see you still believe fear is the ultimate motivator. Luna's just like, don't, oh god. Just, yeah, she's saying, don't consider yourself immune to that. You serve at my leisure, Farah. And moods can change. Alright. If Sky knows she has to deal with this bullshit, see why a little more she's okay with. Still, I'll just circling back to Stella again, saying that he has to be strong for her. That's still not cool. Especially with this, like, you know what it's like to be with your mom and you're demanding him be strong for you. But you don't want to be strong for him because you ignored his entire thing of his worry with his pseudo dad. So you're still a bitch. But maybe see why Sky slightly thinks you're good, like in spite of your mom. It's a giant bitch looking at her. Well, you are hurt to everyone else, though. The way you act is maybe not as bad as the way she is to you, but you definitely took that into it when you act to other people, which is not great. I'm only half. There's still 20 minutes. I'm sorry. All right. Well, hopefully this won't pan out for a whole another hour, but not a good track right now. Anyway, Sky's up punching bags and shit. Oh, still gonna walk up? Is he gonna like confront her about the fact that she told everyone about the changeling thing? Oh, Stella's texting him. She's a monster. Where are you? Yes, she is. And Silva's there. I need an update now. What about what? Okay, Tara's going to her dad. Is everything okay? He's like, not now, Tara. Is something gone wrong with your project? Because she's like, I said not now. You can see he's under stress, Tara. But he's like, oh, I'm sorry. He's like, I'm okay, thank you. I mean, no one's gonna believe that, but I was like, if there was something on, you would tell me, wouldn't you? Eh, of course I would. You lied to my face. Why are they all lying to us? Yeah. And she's like, maybe they had to. Queen Luna's. He seems kind of big on secrets. Because you're listening in. Yeah, that's. whatever's going on, I'm sure they think whatever they're doing is right. Like they all use this like they always do. Then say, Tara, I can't tell you. Don't lie to me. Well, I mean, except you're prying a bit, but we'll let that go. Alright, so, okay. So, just go back. I used to say, okay, so he made me sound like something with vessel stones, right? And the point of vessel stones is to read magic, which is what they're doing at the assembly. So, dead body, worried adults. So what if they think a fairy killed Callum? So, right, yeah. Fairy at the assembly, that's why they're on edge after. They clearly didn't find them, yeah. So, yeah, okay, at least they're on the track there. Sky bursts into the dorm. Guys, it's Bloom here. And they're immediately on him. Don't answer that question. But it's like, wait, did someone tell you what he was doing today? Like, he must have. And this guy's like, okay, is this the sweet drama Bloom was talking about? Like, there's no sweet drama. And this guy's like, okay, I'm lost. Oh, I don't know if anyone told this guy, but they're laying it out for him at least. The Dowling system died. The faculty think a fairy did it. So they held the assembly to find out which fairy. So, what did the woman even do at this assembly? If this was why. Again, they did not explain anything to the audience about a Affirmed one, but hopefully they told the class, but I don't know, because they didn't, because he or she was there. So now we don't believe or trust. Okay, Tara thing went quick. It was like, okay, Dowling's assistant died. The faculty think a fairy did it. So they held assembly to find out which fairy, but they didn't because he or she wasn't there. So now we don't believe or trust literally anyone. Is Sky gonna put down Sky gonna put those things together? That they searched the assembly. Anyone who wasn't there. And they didn't find him at the assembly, which means it's someone who wasn't at the assembly. And he met two fairies that weren't at the assembly. Now, whether he thinks that... Now, he already doesn't like Beatrix, so he may Zuna her right away. So he probably is not going to think that it's Bloom. I really hope he thinks it's Beatrix. I mean, that is the correct choice, but... Oh, Sky just goes, shit. Hopefully that's a clue. Yes. Yes! He immediately went, Beatrix. It's gotta be her. Immediately thought Beatrix. And who's still with Bloom right there. Okay. Bloom's like, it's weird. It looks like Rosalind was barely in the school in 2004. And Beatrix is like, no shit. She was leading crusade against the burned ones. Are we finally gonna get something about it? Like, as Bloom learns it? Please tell me. Someone tell us what's going on. No. Bloom does not question at all. She's like, well, I just have to find out where she was in December because that's when I was born. Oh, okay. Beatrix is a history nerd. She immediately pops up. She's looking like, whoa. You were born in December 2004. She gets up and is walking towards her. Yeah, my birth certificate from the first world says December 12th. I'm assuming it was a few days before. She's like, that certainly tracks. Bloom's getting texts from the Winx Suite group. I guess that's how they're going for the Winx, because they're all friends in the world. Yes. Why is it called Winx? I want to know how that explanation is. Because, like in the cartoon, Winx was a specific, like, magic and fairies. It was actual words they were using, I think. And they were just, like, the fairy club, the Winx club. But that means Winx is a term. What is Winx here? Is it just, are all the suites just called random shit? And this just happens to be Winx. The other one could have been, like, Farfall, and the Farfall group. Like, it's not actual any words. It's just... Anyway. But it's just 3 notifications when she's not looking at them. Sky's texting, where are I? Okay. I think it's a schedule from that year. That's why they were, yeah, because she's gotten 7 notifications and hasn't checked her phone, yeah. Endless sweet group checks, and she's not checking the phone. Of course not. I'll deal with it later. And Sky's calling. Beatrix is noticing for this fucking phone more than Bloom is. Rosalind was a place called Asterdell. Beatrix is using her electricity powers to fry the phone. And Bloom hasn't noticed at all. Maybe when my parents said they were from this Asterdell place. And Beatrix is finally paying attention to what she's saying instead of just frying electronics. Like, wait, did you say Asterdell? Yeah. Like, yeah, I did say that. So can you make that map thing work again? You haven't noticed Beatrix seems to have recognized that name? Can you ask her, hey, what the fuck is Asterdell? I thought you wanted to know, but you're like glossing over any clues that Beatrix actually knows what you're talking about. So she's like, can you make that map thing work again? Maybe I can find it. And he's just like, no need. I know where it is. Wanna go? I was like, what, like now? It's a few hours from here. You ditched assembly, lied to Sky, broke into a secret war room. Now you want to give up? It's fine. Now you want to give up. Now you don't want to notice that someone who knows history is talking about, like, it seems to have been picking up on things you're saying, paying special attention to them. The history nerd who maybe knows even history as far as 16 years ago? And you're totally going past it. Why? What are you even... Your investigative skills are just this... Like, you know she's a history person. That's why you were asking her about Rosalind, because you thought, oh, history nerd maybe you would know. And then turns out she does. And you're not paying any special more attention to the fact that she's recognizing some of these things you're saying. Again, you asked her before. Why can't you ask her again now? Now that she said she pulled back on what she knew because she didn't know why you wanted to know it. Now she knows why you want to know it, and you decide not to ask her. This is so frustrating. He's like, I'm saying it's getting late. Maybe I don't want to ditch school with someone I barely know. He's like, you know I've got it further than anyone else has. I'm also ditching school with someone I barely know. It's like, oh, well, but, I guess maybe Dowling will spill her guts now that you found the secret war room she keeps under lock and key. How would we get there? Oh, let me worry about that. I mean, I'm pretty much sure she would. Is Bloom gonna notice her phone? Bloom made sure to take her phone, but she didn't leave with it, so. Oh, God. He busts into his own room where Riven is sitting. Says, where is she? Where's who? The unstable sex addict leading you around by your dick. Well, I don't know where you got the thing that she's a sex addict. I don't know where that came from. What, because she's having a lot of sex with Riven? I mean, they're both hot assholes. That's gonna happen. I don't know why sex addict, but fine. Unstable. And I'm gonna say yes. I don't know how much of that is shown. I'm gonna say yes just because, you know, she's crazy and killing people, but whatever. You've not seen that, so I don't know. But true, she is leading Riven around by his dick. But I don't know if Riven goes anywhere else by anything else, so. Okay. He's like, why? Okay, she's not surgically attached to me. Why are you looking for her? I'm looking for Bloom, and everyone's like, oh, no, no. Making that cut motion. And it's like, Beatrice was the last person with her. And I guess either out of a bathroom or a side room, out comes Stella. She's like, seriously? I sent you like 20 texts and you're running around looking for Bloom. And everyone's just gonna go. It's like, I'm in the middle of something, Stella. So what? The thing is, I'm torn. Because again, Stella's still a bitch. Even if there's a lot of explanation for why. Not an excuse for why, but she does really need, but at the same time, he just found out there's possibly a killer here. And I don't like. I'm getting a reaction every time she says this. I need you, because I keep hearing that thing. I need you to be strong for me, and I don't care when you need me to be strong for you. I'm not going to do it, but I need you for me. Because that seems to be what she was weirdly giving. That's the impression she was giving, and that's. But he's saying Bloom's missing. I don't know if she's in danger or hiding. But it can probably be traced back to everyone knowing she's a changeling thanks to you. I didn't mean to hurt her. Are you sure? Because spilling. Because the thing is, there's a lot of things you did that. You say you don't. Oh. I mean, I'm already sort of agreeing, because I think I've already sort of said this. But him pulling it out is just like, oh, not. He's like, you say you don't want to be like your mother. But all I see is someone who treats others exactly the same way that Luna treats you. That is something I said earlier. And really, Sky's finally saying it to her face. Oh, that's not. Oh, Stella. Oh, is he breaking up with her now? He's like, so I'm done with this, Stella. Is he breaking up with her now? I'm fully done. Oh. It's funny he's walking out and closed the door in his own dorm. Like, he's just leaving her in the dorm. It's his own room. But I mean, he's got to leave anyway to find Bloom, so. Oh, but she's upset. Well, she was standing on the grass, and Phoebe drives us. And what are you waiting for? I don't know, bitch. Maybe you. You know you can't text her, so she stole a car. How do you know how to steal a car? I don't know. The same way she knows how to pick locks, and there's a lot of shady shit with this woman. You really think this is a surprise? Like, I know how to do a lot of things. Yeah. Okay, so the voice of Aisha, she was in the East Wing with Bloom during the assembly, so they're looking. Oh, they're talking to Dowling, Aunt Tara's dad. Why was Bloom down there? That's what's important to you? What matters that Beatrix wasn't at the assembly. And they're looking at each other. Oh my god, and Tara's like, oh my god, we know someone killed Callum. It was a fairy, and the assembly was to find out who. So can we please just drop the bullshit? Tara's breaking. It's kind of great. Oh, Dad's like, Tara, no. You don't get to shush me. If something happens to Bloom because you didn't tell us. Okay, so they haven't heard from Bloom in hours, and no one has seen Beatrix. Silva walks in and is like, it's alright, they know. One of the Queen's guards was knocked out, and his SUV is gonna. So she knocked out a dude. I'll find her, I promise. I was surprised she didn't kill the dude. That seems to be her thing, but I guess that's slightly more attention. She doesn't know how much they're onto her. So She thinks she'll get away with it. Depending on what comes out of this. Okay, Esterdale was a town, right? Are you sure this is the right place? They come to the ocean. There's like cliffs overlooking the ocean. So Visual's positive this is the right place. How could a town be marked on a map if it's on the side of a mountain? I mean, magic, but... Oh, she's using... Oh, there are skulls in the ground! But Beatrix is using some sort of electricity power to do something, and then a close-up of skulls in the ground. She's like, you're not the only powerful fairy in Althea. Lightning strike... Oh! It was a fucking dome. Did they drive through there? I thought they drove through that, but maybe they didn't. They just drove by because there's a town revealed on this mountainside. Welcome to Esterdale. Oh, it is a destroyed city though. It's all stone, but half buildings. It's kind of like, actually, it reminds me if you've seen we played Spellbreak. You see a lot of the houses are like half like holes through the roof, and like most of a wall is gone or two walls are gone to sort of make house structures. They kind of look like those. It was a beautiful place. Full of people just trying to live their lives till one winter when burned ones surrounded the settlement. And a military unit from Althea decided that destroying the creatures was more important than the lives of the people here. I'm gonna guess maybe her family was from there. That's why she has her whole thing against the war thing. Like she said, people deciding who lives or dies. I guess that's what... And I guess that's why she's talking about the dark secrets of the thing, because no one really knows that, right? She's a history nerd, but it doesn't sound like maybe anyone else knows that they just decided to wipe out a town rather than... wipe out the creatures. That's more important than the lives of the people here. Bloom, she's like, this isn't real, you're making this happen somehow. Really, Bloom? That's your first instinct. I mean, I don't trust Beatrice either, but you don't know all the stuff she's done. This is just her telling you, and you think, oh, you're making this happen. Okay. I'm piercing the magic veil that... Oh, right. So the magic veil is not a protection because the police... For some reason, my head went, this is a protection thing for the place, that this was just always a protection. No. Of course not, because then they didn't have their own barrier from the burned ones. It was wiped out. This is Queen Luna she placed an illusion to hide it so that no one would see this. This is the devastation not the burned ones brought, but they probably wiped out the town to take care of the burned ones at the same time, maybe. And Queen Luna placed an illusion to hide that so there wouldn't be any evidence. To hide the atrocities that happened here. Think about that. Leader of our realm tried to erase a war crime. Beatrice says, I was born here. My family died here. 2 days before your first world birthday. So you think that my family was killed here? Not think, no. Because everyone here died except me. And you. I don't understand, how could you know that? Vidra said she saw it? I saw it. I saw the bodies, the death. Then someone scooped me up. Okay. Right. She's posing as the first year, but she's not. So, she's not a newborn baby remembering that, because I don't know if you can have memories that far back. I mean, I have a shit memory and don't remember much, but still think that far back Even just your as a baby, your eyes aren't the greatest, and you don't really have the fact that they don't have object permanence, right? Means so remembering that far back is questionable. So it's got to be Beatrice is older. Anyway, someone scooped me up, carried me away. As we ran, I saw them walking through the carnage like conquering heroes. Who did you see? Dowling, Silva, and Harvey. Harvey. Okay, that was the last name. You were a baby. How would you know if that was real? Okay, good. At least because the woman who saved me used her magic to burn the memory into my mind. Why? Why would they burn? Why would you want the baby to remember all that? I mean, all good that you want someone to remember the atrocities that people have done, but why would you inflict that on a baby? Sound familiar? So it sounds like Rosalind did it? Wait, what? She rescued you? She rescued us. She had a crisis of conscience and couldn't bring herself to murder innocent people, no matter how many burned ones they could kill in the process. But telling Silva and Harvey didn't agree. I feel like Harvey would have. Or maybe that's just because I think because he raised Tara that he would disagree or something like that. They staged a coup, carried out the mission. No, I know they've lied to me, Beatrix, but they're not monsters. Then why are they covering it up? Well, the thing is, they do have a queen. It doesn't seem like they're the headmistress and headmasters of this place, but it doesn't seem like they're going to have more power than a queen. And maybe just the three of them, it wasn't enough to, stop any of this, or it was carried out regardless of it. And, they could have been there. Burning it into a baby's head doesn't seem like it's a good thing. It's one thing to have it. You want someone to know, like I said, but why did you want a baby to remember? Why did you burn this? This will be the first memory because they're not going to. Their regular memory won't be able to have much, right? That'll fade. This will be the first memory they ever have, and that's what you want. This is what you want a baby to remember first in their life. Dead bodies of their own family. That is suspect as shit. And the illusion comes back down. That is suspect as shit. Okay, Beatrice still talking. So after you asked about Rosalind at the party, I wasn't sure what to make of you. Then I found your changeling, did some math, put two and two together. I mean, you put two and two together in the same room as her because you just found out that she said her birthday was around then. So you just figured that out. But I wasn't sure until today. What math did you do? You didn't figure anything about this before. You didn't pay attention to anything until the changeling thing. So you're lying to her about something here, aren't you? Does this mean that you're one too? A changeling? Rosalind left me in the care of a close friend while she stashed you in the first world. Because my birth parents, my real parents, they're dead. Okay, yeah. Because my birth parents are dead. And Beatrix said that is the same for her. Why was she stashed with a close friend? Close friend of who? Close friend of the parents? Close friend of Rosalind? Why was Bloom herself stashed somewhere else in another world? Why you didn't want them together? Why of all people was she stashed with someone? What This explanation still has weird holes in it, which I know maybe Bloom can't really ask Beatrix, I guess, if she thinks Beatrix doesn't know. But she seems to think Beatrix knows all this information. And she's not even just asking Sadie, like, I know you don't have the answers to this, but I gotta fucking say, why was one of us put into the first world? Both of our parents are dead. All our entire families are wiped out for both of us. Why were you stashed here and I stashed somewhere in another realm? Doesn't this seem odd? Also, why didn't you burn that memory into fucking the other baby? What you burned into Bloom's memory was of you talking to her in a delivery room. Or it looks like there were doctors. It was a hospital. Why is Beatrix the one burned with the memory of dead people and fire? What? It's a lot. I carried that memory for years before I was able to finally understand what it meant. Why would Dowling bring me to the other world if she killed my family? Not sure she's put the pieces together yet. And if I were you, I'd keep it that way. Which is exactly something you'd say if you were making this up. Okay, so Flu's not totally buying into this. Alright, this is that. Because there's a lot of questions here that not all of this makes sense. But I don't know whether to go with because the writers didn't know how to make this make sense. Or if it is definitely Beatrix is making some shit up and it doesn't make sense. But she's trying to make it make sense to get at Bloom. To keep me from comparing notes. Why would I make up a story about our teachers being murderers? Where's the gain of that? So what, I'm just supposed to trust you? No, you shouldn't trust me until I've proven myself trustworthy. That's what the faculty expects, and I'm nothing like them. What you need are answers. Like, yeah, but from a woman who died and left nothing but cryptic messages and half-truths. We need more. She's like, and we'll get it, because Rosalind's alive. Are you gonna show her the... You gonna show her? Okay, Dowling told me she was dead. Well, Dowling imprisoned her. How did you... Are you gonna explain how you know this? I'm at Althea to break her out. How do you know this? Beatrix, are you going to explain how you know this? Because you're saying you haven't had contact with Rosalind before that, right? Or no, she was raised by a close friend. Whatever, maybe the close friend knows she was in prison. But how did you find this out? Up. Oh, arrows in the wheels. Okay, they get shot off the street. The teachers are there, I think, to stop them. Yep. Oh, she put. What? It was almost like a slap bracelet situation. She put these rods on, and they curled around Beatrix's thing, her wrists. Is it with like iron or something? Like, what are these things? Bloom's running's like, stop it, and then the two dudes grab her, and Dowling says to take her to school, I guess. They brought a van, they're driving, okay, and they're pulling Bloom out. The girls are there to hug her. And he just left her with the girls. Oh, so he can go see get Dowling out and Beatrix. They're saying how worried they were Like, what did the bitch do? Like, nothing. She's not some monster. Like, oh, and then, oh, there's, Bloom, she killed Callum. I can see where this is going just from text. Who told you that? Dowling, Silva, Harvey. She's not going to believe it now. She's going to think it's like a smear thing. Do you have proof? What they say they weren't true. You never know why people really do things. Oh my fucking god. Because I know, I at least know the truth of what the hell Beatrix has done to the Callum, but it's funny that Bloom was so paranoid about them, about Dowling, and then she is strangely even more paranoid because of what Beatrix said. I know she said maybe what you're telling is not the truth to Beatrix, and yet she's even more paranoid about them than she's about Beatrix. It's like a... And they're looking at her like, what? Maybe she's just going to get some rest. You guys go, I'll meet you there. Oh, she's there. Sky cuts her off before she gets to the other car and is like, I'm sorry I left you alone with her, I shouldn't have, and she didn't kidnap me, fine. Sky, I'm fine. Promise. I'm just happy you're back. This guy's going with Silva, which means that she's gonna be suspicious of Sky. It's like she's suspicious of everyone. Oh, Misa's telling Tara to let it out because she's feeling some... Okay, my dad lied to me today. Legit lied, and when I called him out on it, he acted like it was for my own good. I don't care how they justify it. You don't lie to people you care about. This is gonna come back to bite because of fucking Musa and Sam. Oh, Musa's like, I have something to tell you. Are you gonna tell a while ago this guy? And I'm like, I didn't know how you'd react, so I didn't tell you, and it's been weeks. I just, the eyes are like, oh, like, ooh, this happening right now. Like that. Actually, it now reminds me of that meme with the monkey puppet, like, oh. You're just like, ooh. She knows, she definitely knows. I'm like, oh, this is the thing. I'm dating your brother. Oh, this is like a slow pull into Sarah. Oh. Oh, Tara just laughs and hugs her. Thank you for telling me. God, I really needed that. She's gonna think it's a joke. Even if you do have terrible taste, Sam's... Oh, no, okay, she's... Okay. No, she's being cool about this. Maybe, because she... Okay. Oh, objectively attractive? It's like, oh, no, he's a spitting image of my dad at that age. Lost his hair at 18, maybe 19. I think he's... Paul teenager is very cool. Have fun with it. Oh, that was weirdly anticlimactic. I mean, that's nice. That's what happened. That's not pulled out because that would have been even more tiring drama. But, that went a whole thing like, oh, good, you told me. Anyway, I'm just totally distracted from all that. Those are Stella's suitcases. Oh, Stella's moving out. They showed guards bringing out her suitcases out the front door through that main situation. Her room is stripped. She's traveling with her mom. The school has taken a turn since I attended. Okay, so her mom's pulling her. Because, I mean, she said, oh, I sent her here to be fixed. You said you could fix her. And if she's lost faith in that she's going to just pull Stella out because you can't fix her. Back home, I can teach you everything you need to know. Good, let me say goodbye to my friends. They're not your friends, Stella. I mean, yeah, who were you saying goodbye to? The people you eat lunch with? Then okay. If you mean the people in the Winx suite, are they friends? You've just been bitched to them the entire time. I don't. Beatrix looks very sad and crying, and she's in a cell on a bed. Got a dungeon. So this guy's not going on self about it. You could have told me what was going on. I told you what you needed to know. No, after the special story, you said stick close to Bloom. We want to know more about her. That is not the same as Bloom might be in danger from a killer. Oh, oh, that's not good. Okay, so you sound okay. What you're doing is important, but you gotta trust me. And he's like, okay, I trust you, but just like, yeah, it's just, but I need to know the whole truth. And Silva's like, one of the lessons you are at the school to learn is that sometimes a soldier just has to take orders. Eesh. Oh. No. So let me reiterate them. You're to gain Bloom's trust, find out everything you can, including what happened on that road trip, and you are to tell me. Oh. Wow. Wait till Bloom finds that out. Oh. That is where your loyalty lies, Sky, to me. To Althea. No one else. Oh. Oh, wow. Okay, so Bloom's gone to Dowling in the office. What were those bracelets? Runic limiters. Prevent a fairy from using their magic. They are barbaric. And they did seem to burn. Now, because if they didn't burn, they seem to be like, that the sizzling noise was not great. If they didn't burn, having magic suppression cuffs is kind of important because you're talking about, oh, let's just put nothing on someone who uses magic and like who's killed someone with their magic and now can just use it to get out. There's not really much you can do there. You have to have something to limit her magic. It'd be better if they didn't burn her. Like, just didn't let magic out. You tore her skin open. Oh. Yeah, no, that's fucked. Like, are you fine? Are you fine? Like, no, she didn't hurt me. Like, well, you're together for a while. What did you talk about in all that time? But what are you gonna say? Clothes, boys. Yeah. It was a joyride, that's all. It was a joyride. We just knocked out a specialist, knocked out a guard, and just took her for a joyride. I'm sure the guard is fine. Well, perhaps next time you'll choose your company more wisely. Bloom's thing is, okay, are you not going to do anything? Like, according to Bloom, and I know you think this is nothing. You think you know what's happened. And it's not a joyride. But I mean, if she says it's a joyride, then fine, treat it as a joyride. That means she's definitely fucking getting detention or something, right? I don't know how much the punishment they got from the last thing. But I feel like she just told you that, and you don't. And And okay, it was a fucking joyride. Tell her what happened. The fact that a dude was knocked out for this. So you're gonna be punished for knocking out a guard, uh, and stealing royal property. Because I'm pretty sure it was one of the cars, right? That came with it. Was it just a specialist car, or was it one of the cars from the queen's entourage? She had three of them come in at once. I don't remember if there was. It was one. It may have been one of the vans, and if it wasn't, it's just specialist. But either way, then they knocked out a guard and stole property. And all right, that's what you want to say. You're gonna be punished for that because we thought you were kidnapped, and so we weren't gonna punish you. But apparently, it's a joyride, so you're gonna get punished for that. But Dowling starts texting someone, so. Oh, calling. Sorry. This is Peters? It's Farah Dowling from Philadelphia International School. I'm concerned we may have a problem on our hands. Bloom's been having a bit of a tough time adjusting to life here. She mentioned anything to you. What's Bloom's last name here? Is it Peters? Is she calling out Bloom's parents? No need to get on a plane. I'm sure it'll settle. Yeah, that sounds like Earth. Okay. Doesn't sound like getting to a portal. Okay, so she called the parents. If she does say anything out of the ordinary, please don't hesitate to call me. Oh, you're going through her parents. I'm well versed in handling these situations. That didn't sound ominous at all. Oh, we reached the end. Okay. And I haven't hit the 3 hour mark. This is actually a lot less than the last one. Alright, so we're looking down. There's a lot of bullshit that happened. And I don't know if I want to reiterate all of it, because I think I did it as it happened, but fucking hell. I'm not any less confused. Everyone's rating has tanked. Okay, not everyone's. Some people have risen. Aisha's mostly the same. I mean, Misa admitted the thing, so that's cool. She's now not lying to Tara, so that's cool. Tara knows, and apparently isn't really that mad. It may show I mean, it's possible they'll show that she's a bit off about it later, but so far, cool. It's not as bad as everything with the parents. Bloom is just. There's so many questions that she didn't ask Beatrix. Still don't need to about burned ones. Okay, I think I did enough ranting around. Let's not. I don't know there's much to recap because I just did it as we went. So I'm gonna try and cap it here. But there's only 2 more episodes, and I saw a thing. I didn't read it, but something about the ending. It's a surprise. There's already been a lot of surprise for all of this bullshit. So who knows? There's a lot of questions. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna stop this. Hopefully more fucking things will come up, but some fucking answers later. Anyway, I've enjoyed this 2.5 hours. And we'll see next week, probably. Maybe, depending how I feel. At least after Friday. For whatever the next one is, because games, but I really want to see how this ends, and I really want to get onto the other videos to see what crap they bring up and what their reviews are, because a lot of this is fucking confusing. And I don't know if I want to rate this so far as a bad show, or I don't know if I'm hate watching it. I think I really do want to know what's going on, but and I do like some of this magic-y stuff. It's better than when I tried to watch. Oh fuck, I don't remember what it's called. Cursed. I stopped watching that at some point because I was more watching a TV show. I don't know. It got a bit weird with some of it, but then this show was weird too. But this is shorter, I think. So, and also again, I was invested in the Winx of the cartoon, so I'm blasted through. But okay, wait, I stretched just enough. All right, stop this. Upload. Torture you with 2.5 hours of this, and then see what happens next time. Goddamn show. I think this is season 2. Because if it's a surprise ending, it's like, what is it, a cliffhanger? So it's got to be another. It's gonna be lit for the next one, so you gotta see what the fuck happens, which makes me fear what the fuck is in the last episode. Right, stop, and cut.